I'd met these two in their stage show they did, where they were kind of a duet, a comedy duet? Duo.
Yeah, comedy duet.
A duet called Freeze, and I fell in love with their material, and I'd cast Tom in a commercial, and then we got to talking, and they pitched that idea as a short.
But we'll always have this island and your beautiful music. Wowzers in your trousers. Yeah, the waves. No, shh, like, shut up, don't say me. Yeah. Oh, yes, indeed.
First of all, I absolutely adore this film. Absolutely loved it. I think there's something about a movie like this that just makes people feel good in a crazy time. And I want to know what came first, the songs or the story?
Great question.
The story, I think. We actually made a short film that this is based on about 17 years ago. And for that short, I wrote a couple of songs for it, some of which have remained in the finished feature. But we had the idea, and then once we decided we were going to make the short film, I wrote like a handful of songs for that short, never thinking that, you know, nearly 20 years later, some of those songs would make it into a feature film. So it's kind of a mad journey for the music.
No, it's just really beautiful. And Carey, I gotta say, like I had flashbacks of Inside Llewyn Davis. I love when you do this stuff. What drew you? How did you get involved?
I got involved. Tim sent me the script.
Carey and I are close friends.
We had been in touch about something else years ago that wasn't a film, was just a charity thing, like 5 or 6 years before. So Tim had my email, so he just sent me the script and asked if he said, can I send you a script? And then I said, oh my goodness, please. And then I read it and I loved it, and we jumped on the phone, and then a couple of months later we were doing it, basically.
Oh my gosh. Well, Griff, how did it get in your hands, and how did you know to tell the story like you do? It's so beautiful.
Well, thank you. That's very kind. Well, I've made the short with these guys all those years ago. I'd met these two in their stage show they did, where they were kind of a duet, a comedy duet? Duo.
Yeah, comedy duet.
A duet called Freeze, and I fell in love with their material, and I cast Tom in a commercial, and then we got to talking, and they pitched that idea as a short, and then we kind of spent the last 17 years, well, just waiting for this music to be ready.
It took a while, didn't it?
It was trying to, well, I guess we spent a lot of time talking about how to turn it into a feature. And then, yeah, they during COVID, they wrote a script, and there we go.
How much did that influence you? I mean, the world kind of shut down for a while. How much did that influence the script, and did it push you to write it?
Definitely push us to write it. And I think in a way the intimacy of the finished film is definitely, you know, it was influenced by COVID, and the fact that we were trying to write something that we felt we could make potentially during a pandemic. We were like, let's make something really small with a tiny cast in one location that we could potentially shoot with under, you know, these coronavirus restrictions, which obviously we didn't. We shot it, you know, a couple of years after that. But yeah, I think it definitely influenced the vibe of the film and some of the parameters of the film.
No, the beauty of it, I just watch a movie like this, and I see that the kind of intimacy and what you're saying. What was it like shooting, and where did you shoot it? It was beautiful.
Well, we shot it near where Carey's from and her family's from, actually.
Yeah, in Wales, in Pembrokeshire, where my mum's whole side of the family is from there. So where the beach that we shot, the beach arrival at the island, was just a couple of miles down from Tenby, which is where I grew up going on holiday. And then the main location, the house, Charles's house, is in the town where my mum was born. So it was all very familiar to me, and not far from where I live now. So that was nice.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
What, you know, we're in an age where we're seeing a lot of remakes, a lot of sequels. Do you think a movie like this comes along, like, say, once, or you know, so like Inside Llewyn Davis, what do you hope to achieve when people see this, and do you know, talk about it, because it is just a marvelous film.
I mean, it's hard to say, isn't
Well,
it? I
yeah. I mean, the thing is, we would never like. I don't think we'd be considered to write the sort of next Deadpool. So this was always our kind of plan. This has always been our kind of direction of travel. That we were lucky enough to make a short film, lucky enough to bump into Griff at the right time, and I think we probably do write slightly smaller stories that are kind of compact and achievable to film. But maybe that also means that they are kind of quite intimate, and I mean, I don't know how it got there, but we really loved the fact that it is kind of quite heartwarming and is a kind of standalone piece, which there's not much cynicism in the film. It's something that hopefully has some kind of love and some kind of warmth about it. And I suppose that would always be the kind of thing that, like for our next film, would try and do the same thing, I think.
I think so. I mean, I think I mean, I certainly, probably all of us, you know, really love new ideas. Love like going to the cinema and not knowing what you're going to see, and that sense of like surprise about a completely new film, new stories. And you know, I feel like it's exactly the kind of filmmaking that I've loved growing up, and that I sort of, you know, aspire to making. Obviously, big budget sequels and remakes have their place. But you know, that kind of filmmaking is what I've always responded to the most. Yeah.
Well, we got to wrap it. Really, I love this movie so much, guys. One of my favorites so far. It's just lovely, just lovely.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. I love your Kate Bush T-shirt, by the way.
Oh, thank you. I wore it for you guys. You referenced her. Thank you.
Yeah,
She's my favorite.
Yeah, oh, I love that.
Bye, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye.
Thank you for clicking on our video, everybody. If you like what you saw here, please make sure you like the video and subscribe and share with your friends who like this sort of content. JoBlo remains an independent company, and we appreciate all of your support.